everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Scrap Mechanic. I'm your host, Misterjoker, and today is something that I'm going to need your help with. So I've come up with a couple of things. Now, Slipgator recently popped out a video that was about a monorail. So I've been working on something for a bit now, and I plan on putting it in my Sky World. So let me show you what I mean. Let's move the chair. Over here, we have a couple of rails now. We have a monorail and a double rail. Now, there's a couple things here. First, we'll avoid that one. Let's go to the double rail. Double rail, I got two chairs, some boosters to go forward and back. We have single rails using, which one is this? This is the metal column. And I'm using the metal column because it has some rounded edges to it. It's not super sharp like the blocks, as you can see here. And I'm not using pipes because pipes are too round. And I found that this one works best. If you're going and making an elevator like I did in one of my previous episodes, a pipe would probably work best because there's no clipping when it comes to solid blocks on the corners. This one, however, is just rounded enough where it works. And you'll also notice that I'm using pipes for connectors. Let me get a little closer here, give you a better idea of how I'm building this. So I have pipes, pipe connectors, corner pipes, pointed down with bearings for each wheel, and it's really stable. It's pretty sweet actually. So what I've done is I set up some buttons, and let's see, and it's really nice and clean. The shocks are so that it doesn't, it makes it a little bit more of a smoother ride and a little bit more fun, to be honest. But this is some of my favorite parts right here. I'm going pretty far back, and oh, it didn't work this time. Looks like this one didn't work as it did in the practice run. Now here's something that's a nice little benefit to this. The best part about this is that you can just use these to try and knock it loose. Now, this is one of the first drafts of this build here, this particular one. Come on, get up there. Come on, man. Come on. Alright, we're going to leave that for now, and we'll come over to this monstrosity. This one is a auto fix, I guess you could say. Now, the plan here is to build a roller coaster. That's where we're going with. That's the title of this. These are the carts that I'm kind of looking at. And I know they're simpler builds, but I want it to be a little bit more fun and be able to do some crazier things. So, this one here, as you can tell, there's rockets on all sides. Dang it. There's rockets on either side, and I got the bottom one. The bottom one are on a switch here that actually kind of keeps it a little bit more level, a little higher up, so that more of the side wheels will hit. And they're double wheels on all sides, and it's a quadruple beam, not just a single beam, but it's all four beams all in one. So it makes it gives you more area for traction, which is really important. And we got our rockets. Now the button is just forward, is the back, and pressing W will go forward. So we got 4 rockets to bring us forward. Now here's the fun part. You'll notice there's a bunch of sensors and a bunch of things just kind of going off. The side ones are each going off. Let me hop out real quick and show you. So we have sensors on the sides. The sensors on the sides, this is just a mess of stuff. This sensor up here, this motion sensor, is connected to these ones over here. And I'm talking about these 4 top ones, okay? These 4 top ones. This one here is connected to these 2. And the reason for that is it's detecting if it's hitting the rail. So when there's a tilt that's going too far one direction, so if this one starts to tilt that way, if it's tilting that way too much, this sensor will detect that, which triggers 2 rockets on the other side, which forces it to go curve more. Now, it doesn't work every time, but I did, let's go forward a bunch here, do a little crashing, and then we'll fly backwards. And the goal here, I tested it a whole bunch, and this seems to be the most effective for trying to get back up some ramps, which I think is extremely fun. So let me zoom. Can I zoom out any further? I don't think so. Alright, let's give this a shot again. And you'll see random rockets. Man, I tried to, and it is very rare to get this. Oh, it does fix itself. There it goes. See, now you got a couple rockets headed out there. There we go. It doesn't always fix itself, but the cool thing about this build that makes it easier to fix than that one is that you can indeed pull this off and put it over here. We'll hop on. Let's turn that off. Okay. And so now it is off the track. And you're wondering, how am I supposed to put it back on the track? Really easy. Just remove a bunch of these real quick. And this is one of the things that I like about this particular build, is that if it does get stuck, you remove, we'll remove one more set. So three parts of the track, bring it out, you line it up right with the center of this, up there, ooh, barely. Line it up. This is so perfect for me. Because, you know, you're trying to test all this stuff and you don't want to rebuild it every time. This, honestly, is one of the easier builds. It's so simple to put back on the track. And then just rebuild everything. Isn't that nice? Ah, it's so nice, guys. Can't even begin to tell you. This game is kind of maddening in that when you build something and then you accidentally remove one piece, the whole thing falls apart. So this is one of those very nice features that it doesn't, even if you mess up, you don't have to rebuild your whole cart to get back on the track. I'm very, very excited about that. And for the most part, it does fix itself. Yeah, let's go back. Whoa! I love this. I love this so much. So here's the plan. I'm trying to figure what I need your help with. This is another problem with this build. I need to build the seat lower. Otherwise, you can't really get out. That is one other problem with that thing. The other thing that I'm looking at, I do like this build. Unfortunately, coming back up is a problem. Now, I could add one more underneath. And you'll notice that these are just single flat ones. Now, I tried. It did work with... I did have some corner pipes going all the way up like that to give it a smooth transition down, but that one added a lot of bumpiness. So let's switch over to my other world, and I'll show you what I'm working on. Alright guys, we're on my Sky World map that I'm slowly starting to build up to, and I gotta say, I still really love this elevator. I've moved, the only difference I've made was move the door to the center, make it a little bit bigger. So we'll go ahead and throw the switch down, hit this switch. It's still really smooth. I don't really get any lag for the most part. There's some bouncing. Eventually that goes away. But it's so nice because we just come right up, open this up, and the one thing you gotta always remember is to throw it back down. Otherwise, it's a huge deal. So here's the problem. This is where I want the roller coaster to start. And I'm not sure which build I should make. Which build you guys really would like to see. Now, I could bring this one down and put that one that we just had that, for the most part, auto-corrects itself. The tricky part is having it come back up. I think that one's going to be the best one to do that with. So I might build that one. But if you guys have other ideas as to, or maybe some other monorails you've seen that might work better here, this is where it's going to start. We're going to come down, we're going to head down, and then I have some ideas for trying to get a loop. I have some really good ideas. And this is just kind of a teaser of what I'm going to be doing on this map. This is my plan, is to make this a little bit of an amusement park and add some stuff. And I might have some guests... some friends of mine that I'm sure you're all pretty familiar with, come on here and help me build a couple things. So if there's a particular rail that you'd like to see, a cart that you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely check it out and consider all ideas. Yeah, so that's going to be it for me, guys. That's just a quick update in what I've been doing on my scrap mechanic world, and I would love all your feedback. Help me out here, guys. Give me some ideas. I have all the ideas, but I'd really like to know what you guys would like to see. Yeah, that's going to be it for me. I appreciate every single one of you. You're all super amazing and awesome. If you enjoyed this episode or you're curious to see what's going to come up next, make sure to subscribe, and it'll let you know when my next video comes out. That's how that works. And you can always like the video because that helps me out tremendously. As always, guys, you're all super amazing and fantastic, and wonderful, and all the words. And yeah, that's it. Stay groovy. I'm out.